Greetings, pirates. Now I want to show you how to initialize the Tangem hardware wallet. And the main feature of this wallet is that the seed phrase becomes a thing of the past for you. This means you don't need to write down or remember a seed phrase. So you won't have any problems if you lose your seed phrase. And the biggest problem is when someone steals your seed phrase. For example, you wrote it down on a piece of paper and someone enters that seed phrase and steals your funds. So let me show you how to do this with this wallet. Alright, let's launch our branded P.CASH app. And to add a hardware card, we select the hardware wallet option. To do this, we press the scan card button and tap the new card to connect the wallet. In this case, the card is not initialized, which means we will be creating a new wallet. Just a second. Here, it will say the key generation is done in private mode, meaning the seed phrase is created directly on the card, and the device itself doesn't know the seed phrase. I press the Create Wallet button and tap the card on which I want to generate the keys. It says that there are no backup devices and that I need to add a backup card. The more cards you create, the more backups you'll have because your seed phrase is stored on the device. So I can add a third, fourth, and so on card. But for now, I'll stick with 2 cards and say that we finished the backup process. We need to create a passcode. This code protects your funds that are stored on the card. So if you lose the card and someone tries to access it, this code will protect your funds. I'll enter a simple code now. I need to scan the main card. Now, the private keys are being generated directly on the card. Now I need to scan the backup card. So, however many backup cards you have, that's how many times you'll need to scan. Notice that the wallet has been set up. I have 2 cards, a backup card and a main card. And I didn't have to write down a seed phrase on a piece of paper. So, to access the wallet, you need any one of these cards. But if, for example, I lose a card or it gets damaged, I absolutely must have a backup card. But now, if you forget your PIN code, there's a recovery mode for the access code in the card settings. What does that mean? The point is, if you suddenly forget your PIN code and you have 2 cards, you can reset the PIN code. You need card number 1 and card number 2, and then you can reset the PIN code. But you can disable this mode, and then your wallet becomes secure. This is an extra layer of security that will prevent the keys from being reset. So, for example, if 2 cards are lying next to each other, even if someone steals these cards from you, they still won't be able to get access. It's a relatively simple method. You may have noticed that we didn't write the seed phrase down on a piece of paper. And basically, even in a public place, even if there are cameras here, you don't know the seed phrase. And the hardware wallet has been created. Subscribe to the channel to learn more.